Alright, in this video we're going to try to write an equation of a line. And we see this line over here on the side. It has 2 points identified on it. And we're going to have to somehow sift through and write an equation that represents that line going on forever in both directions. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with point-slope form. Y minus something equals m times x minus something. Okay, what I have in those boxes are just locations, okay, just an x-coordinate and a y-coordinate that sits somewhere on this graph. Okay. The part that is a little detailed is we have to figure out the slope. Okay, now we have enough information to do this, but we have to calculate it, and sometimes the instructions don't tell us that explicitly. We just have to know. We got to go in and figure it out. So let's find the slope here. Slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We get negative 5 over 2. Okay, and it says it's a negative slope. Does that match with what we see here? Yeah, it does. That looks like a negative line. So negative 5 halves is our slope. Okay. So I'm going to put negative 5 halves right there. Now, what do I put in those boxes? Well, I need an x-coordinate and a y-coordinate. Which one of these should I use? Okay. It doesn't matter. They should all lead me to the same spot. I just got to be able to use something that I can deal with. Okay. Pick whatever seems easiest. I'm going to go with this one because it just has smaller numbers. They're all positive, so I'm just going to pick the one with smaller numbers. So let me ask you this. 3. Now, is 3 an x-coordinate or a y-coordinate? Well, that's an x. Is 1 an x-coordinate or a y-coordinate? 1 is a y. Okay, so let's write what we know. Y minus 1 equals negative 5 halves times x minus 3. Now, depending on the question you're asked, you may be able to leave your answer like that. That's an equation of a line. It's in point-slope form, which is a little less useful depending on what you're doing with it. It's a little tougher for your mind to kind of grasp what that looks like on a graph, but it's still an equation of a line, so you might be done. Now, if it says put it in slope-intercept, you just got to do a little bit of algebra, that's all. Take this, and if you feel more comfortable using decimals, go ahead. I hope you keep it in fraction form, but whatever. We're going to distribute that through, so we get y minus 1 equals negative 5 halves x plus 15 halves. Notice the negatives change to a positive because there's 2 of them. And when I multiply fractions, I'm just multiplying the numbers on top together and the numbers on bottom together. Now, the last step would be to take this 1 over here and add 1 over the other side. I'll add it right here. However, some people don't like the way that looks because they have to take 15 halves plus 1. A lot of people will say that's 16 halves, but that would be incorrect. So I'm going to look at this and say instead of 1, I'm going to add 2 halves. Now, isn't 2 halves the same as 1? Yeah, they mean the same thing, but I happen to write it with a 2 on the bottom so that it fits with what I'm trying to put it together with. So I get y equals negative 5 halves x plus 17 halves. And there's my slope-intercept form. Okay. So it all depends on what you're asked to do. Slope-intercept just means I got to do a little algebra to clean it up and move everything away to the other side so that y is by itself. Point-slope means I just leave it alone. That's writing an equation of a line.